living below your means does not mean you are clipping every single coupon or obsessing over every dollar. Instead, it means you have created a lifestyle where your spending is purposeful and focused. You do not feel the desperate need to impress anyone else. Because of that confidence, your lifestyle naturally costs much less than what you earn every month. That extra margin is what actually gives you options in life. It is the primary reason you can save, invest, and say no to things that do not align with your long-term goals. You might not see the massive results yet, but this specific habit compounds beautifully over time. It builds a significant financial buffer that eventually turns into total freedom. The best part is that you are not depriving yourself of joy. You have simply redefined what enough looks like in your daily life. That is a rare kind of power that most people never achieve. Sign 2 is that you think in terms of long-term gains instead of chasing quick wins.
Most people are constantly chasing instant gratification. They want the next bonus, the next tax refund, or the next hot stock tip they heard about online. But you have shifted your entire mindset. Instead of obsessing over how to make a quick buck today, you are playing a much longer game, one that rewards patience, consistency, and a solid strategy. You think in decades, not just days. You care about compound growth more than overnight success. That means you are investing regularly, even when the market feels boring or stagnant. You are building valuable skills and deep relationships that will pay off significantly over time. You are perfectly okay with delayed rewards because you know that what is coming is worth the wait. Quiet wealth is not loud, it is disciplined. If you're thinking long-term, you are already doing what 90% of people simply will not do. Sign 3 is that you have created a financial buffer and you do not need the need to talk about it or brag to others.
Most people think wealth is obvious. They look for flashy cars, designer clothes, and expensive vacations. But real wealth is actually a lot quieter than you think. In fact, the people who are truly getting rich often do not feel rich at all. They are simply too busy doing the right things, saving, investing, and building to notice exactly how far they have come. If you have ever wondered whether you are truly on the path to lasting wealth, this video will show you 7 subtle signs that you are secretly getting rich, even if it does not feel like it yet. The truth is that the richest people do not wait until they feel wealthy to start acting wealthy. They do the hard work first, and the money shows up much later. Let us get into the first sign of quiet wealth. You have mastered the art of living below your means. This is one of the most underrated signals that wealth is building in the background. You are creating a life where your spending is intentional.
You are not living paycheck to paycheck anymore. But here's the interesting part. You're not bragging about it either. While others are flexing their expensive lifestyles on social media, you have quietly built something much more powerful: breathing room. You have money sitting in your account that you do not need to touch for daily expenses. You have an emergency fund, a cushion. This is cash that buys you time, peace of mind, and real options. This isn't about hoarding money. It is about maintaining control over your life. You do not panic when your car breaks down unexpectedly. You do not dread the bills arriving at the end of the month. If your job vanished tomorrow, you would not crumble under the pressure. Instead, you would calmly pivot to your next opportunity. Most people only realize the power of a financial buffer after a crisis hits them, but you built yours before it ever came. That is not luck. That is the mindset of someone secretly getting rich. Something strange starts to happen when you quietly get rich. You start making more money, but your lifestyle does not explode along with it. You are not doubling your expenses with every raise you receive. You are not treating yourself to a brand new car every time you hit a professional goal. In fact, most people around you probably have no idea how much you really earn. Why? Because instead of chasing the appearance of wealth, you are building the actual foundation of it. You have learned a powerful truth. Wealth is not built by what you make, it is built by what you keep. Every time you resist the impulse to inflate your lifestyle, you widen the gap between your income and your expenses. That gap is your wealth engine. The larger it grows, the faster your money multiplies. This is why people getting rich often look boring from the outside. No flashy upgrades, no constant splurges, just calm, controlled growth. It's not glamorous, but it is how real, lasting wealth is built.
At some point on your wealth journey, the way you think about money changes fundamentally. You are no longer obsessed with hitting a specific, arbitrary number in your bank account. You are not constantly checking your net worth like it is a scoreboard in a game. Instead, you begin asking much deeper questions. You ask, what do I want money to do for me? And what kind of life am I trying to build? This is a massive mindset shift and a hidden sign you are secretly getting rich. Wealthy people do not chase money for money's sake. They use it intentionally as a tool for freedom, for peace of mind, and for impact. You might find yourself investing more in time-saving services or paying for quality over luxury. You care more about the return on your investment than showing off to strangers. This change usually happens quietly. There is no big aha moment, just a slow, growing realization that wealth is about what the money lets you do. This might surprise you, but boredom is actually a powerful signal of financial success. When you are struggling financially, money is always on your mind. You think about bills constantly. You stress over prices at the grocery store. You are always doing mental math. Every decision, lunch, rent, or gas, feels like a stressful financial debate. But something changes when you start building real, quiet wealth. Money stops being the main character in your life story. You have built reliable systems. You have automated your savings. You have made long-term investments that work while you sleep. You have handled the basics so well that you don't need to talk about them anymore. You are not obsessing over the next credit card reward or chasing trendy, volatile investments. You are focused on much bigger questions, like how to spend more time with your family or what projects excite you right now. This shift from survival mode to background noise is a clear sign that you have finally leveled up.
Most people chase money their entire lives, but the truly wealthy eventually start chasing time instead. If you have noticed yourself valuing time more than physical things, you are secretly getting rich. If you have stopped glorifying the hustle and instead crave slowness, space, or silence, you are becoming wealthy in a way that money alone cannot measure. When you are broke or stuck in survival mode, you have no choice but to trade your precious time for money. You clock in, you grind, and time feels like a resource you never have enough of. But when your finances stabilize and your systems are working for you, you realize that money's greatest purpose is to buy back your time. Time to think, time to rest, time to create, and time to live on your own terms. You start paying for convenience and saying no much more often. You let go of artificial urgency. These are the quiet upgrades that most people overlook because they are entirely internal. Here is the truth no one tells you. Wealth does not always feel like a jackpot moment. It does not show up with confetti or a bank alert that screams, "You made it." Most of the time, getting rich feels uneventful or even boring. It's skipping the impulse buy. It's saying no when everyone else is saying yes. It's making the uncomfortable choice today so your future self doesn't have to struggle tomorrow. If you have seen any of these 7 signs in your life, even just 1 or 2, you are already on the path most people never find. You are not just surviving, you are quietly building something that cannot be taken from you by a recession or a job loss. So keep going. If it doesn't feel like you're getting rich yet, you probably are, just quietly. If this video helped you see your finances differently, give it a like. And if you're ready to go deeper, check out my next video. I'll see you there.